All right, so now that I've got your attention, let's do Monday's page in the packet. We've technically learned everything at this point for solving quadratics, right? We graphed quadratics, we did quadratic formula, we did factoring, we did square roots, we did completing the square. So now it's time to circle back and tra-la-la-la-la to review some of these problems. So that's what today is all about. So on Monday's page, we're doing that quadratic formula, which is, I'll put it up here at the top, negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So you're just plugging in the a's, the b's, the c's. If you're using these calculators, which I highly recommend you do use these calculators, that you want to make sure you've got parentheses being used. Instead of hitting the times button, just use the parentheses. All right, it'll be a little bit easier when it comes to negatives so that your calculator doesn't misread it. All right, so let's run through one of these right quick. The a is 9, right? Whatever's attached to the square term, that's your a. The b is 3, whatever's attached to the single, right, the linear term. And then the constant, the c, is a negative 10. Notice it has to equal 0. If it doesn't equal 0, then we're not ready to define a, b, and c yet. Okay, so we've got our A, we got our B, we got our C. Time for the formula. First thing, opposite of B. So we do the opposite of positive 3, which would be negative 3. Plus or minus. Then comes that giant square root. Big old mansion in Wisconsin. All right, so then we've got B squared. So that's going to be parentheses 3 squared minus 4 times a, which is 9, and then c, which is negative 10, all over 2 times a, and a is 9. All right, so then your calculator is really going to handle the rest for you. All right, let's practice with those calculators. I'm going to do the plus option first, then I can backtrack and do the minus option second. So we've got fraction negative 3 plus, then you want the square root. The square root button is above x squared, so you're going to hit second to get to it. So second x squared. Then we've got parentheses 3 squared minus, make sure you're using this button for subtraction. Don't hit the negative button here. This is subtract, right? So we are subtracting 4 times 9 times negative, now I'm hitting the negative button, negative 10 all over 2 times 9. All right, hit enter and boom. Ooh, interesting. You can leave it like that, or you can hit this button right above, which turns it into a decimal. So one option is 0.9. The answer key is provided to you today, so check it out. There it is, 0.9. So far, so good. Now I have to get the other answer. So the other answer, I'm going to arrow up. I'm going to hit enter once that's highlighted. And then I can just arrow over and change that to subtraction, right? And then hit enter. Okay, that's the answer. Or we could turn it into a decimal. There you go, negative 1.233, which is right there. So what I want you to do today is practice the substitution, right? Are you good at identifying A, B, C and following the formula? Then grab a calculator and practice typing things in. Check out the answer key on the blog for more tips. And of course, the answers. And I look forward to seeing you in the Zoom live chat. Have a good day.